Bushcraft 412 with another knife review. Here is the Gerber EVO Junior. I picked up this knife actually quite a few years ago. This is probably 5 or 6 years old now. Maybe even a little more or a little less. I'm not 100% certain. I was never a big knife guy. I grew up a Boy Scout, camping, hiking, hunting. I was never a big knife guy. I believe just, grab a cheap $3 flea market knife, tromp out in the woods. If you break it, you ruin it, oh well, you buy another $3 knife. So I never put much time or thought into knives because they were just disposable items for me. I was tough on them and ruined them and didn't care or have any attachment to them because they were just cheap $2 knives. It kind of stopped with this knife. After having a couple knives break out in the woods, break when I'm trying to, fillet fish and skin animals, just from just horrible abuse I put them through, I decided to buy, spend some money and buy a decent knife. I bought this Gerber. I think it was maybe $19 back when I bought it. I don't even know what they run nowadays. And it was kind of my first experiment with a knife that was a decent quality knife, that was a name brand. I always believe spend your money on better stuff. Get that better sleeping bag. Get that better tent. Spend your money on things like that. Don't worry about the knife. It's a throwaway thing. This knife kind of started it. Because, of course, I've used this thing for 5-6 years, and this thing is still in fantastic shape. It's missing a little paint. My phone here won't show as good as if you can see it, but you can see there's a lot of places where the paint's stripped off, and the finish is a little, scuffed up. I like this knife for a lot of reasons. I'm a big fan. I'll say it every video. I like flat scales. I don't like the rounded scales. I like a skeletonized handle, so you can clean it, especially when you're gutting fish and things like that, and you don't want that stuff getting stuck in the center. This is a liner lock. Pretty decent liner lock, actually. It's never failed me. This knife is really gummed up. It's really seen a lot of use. It doesn't open like it used to. It used to just pop open with a flipper, but I really need to pull it apart and clean it and take better care of this thing. I'm not a big fan of the Gerber blades. They just don't seem to sharpen up and stay as sharp as a lot of other knives, but I keep it a utility edge. I don't keep it shaving sharp. This is, cutting rope, doing things like that. I occasionally fish and animals with it. This is probably cleaned, 100 fish, probably cleaned a handful of squirrels, I believe a rabbit or two. Definitely capable of doing it. Is it easy? No. You'd much rather have a nice, super sharp hunting knife for that. I love the clip on this knife. It actually, if I close this here, you'll see, it actually rides higher than the knife, so when it's in your pocket, it's pretty much invisible. You only see just the edge of the clip, and it's black anyway, so it doesn't stick out at all. This is a knife that kind of changed my philosophy. From there, I started putting money into knives, spending $20-$30 on better knives, and now that I've done that, I do realize that having a good, dependable knife that will last you for years is way more important than being cheap and skimping and buying some piece of garbage for $2 or $3 at a time. It's definitely a benefit. And then, you do develop that attachment to your knives. This is a knife I still put in my pocket here and there and carry around because it's 5 or 6 years, and I spend, on average, probably about 40 nights a year in the woods, and then think about all the days of fishing and hunting and all that. This knife's seen a ton of use. So it's something I definitely, like to keep around. It's almost got a sentimental value now, being, such an old knife that I've had so much and so many uses for over the years. And I do have to take care of it and get that cleaned up so it does open again quick. I'm not the biggest fan of Gerber knives. I think there's a lot of better Kershaws out there. There's better K-bars. There's a lot of better brands, but $20, good knife, real popular model. The EVO Junior is like the perfect size for just throwing in your pocket. Price is right. I think, if they're still about $20, it's a great price. Good knife. Definitely great for everyday carry. I've used this in the woods, for years, camping, fishing, hunting. I've done so much with this. It's never failed me. And the only thing it has to show is some paint off it, and the fact that the blade just doesn't whip open like it used to. I mean, I can get it if I flip it, but I'm not in any big hurry. I mean, I don't really have that need to flip it open like that. It's not like I'm going to be in a knife fight anytime soon. But I guess the big thing about this knife is just how it kind of changed my perception of knives, and how now, instead of being a throwaway item, I do treat them as something that you keep for, 5-10 years. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try and get a few more videos out this week. And thanks for watching.